My name is Jason Grant. I work with Live Nation in Toronto. I'm a concert promoter. And as Karen mentioned, our company is the world's leading entertainment event producer. And we are really happy to finally announce today that we are going to be working with the, well, critically acclaimed, internationally renowned group from the UK, Mumford and Sons, to bring a special concert here to Simcoe at the Norfolk County Fairgrounds. It's their it's their unique traveling festival concept called the Gentlemen of the Road Stopover. The band performs concerts in big venues, arenas, and amphitheaters all over the world. But they also do something very special, where they come into a small community and they put on a festival in the center of the town, whether it's in a fairgrounds or a park or a city square, and they extend the event within the community with events happening in a public area, so on streets, and people have house parties, etc. They really try to involve the entire community in the event and do it in places that would otherwise never see an artist of their stature performing in their community. And Simcoe has a unique facility here. The Norfolk County Fair fit all of the artist criteria that they asked us to look for in Ontario.
Last call.
And we were able to make the necessary arrangements with the band to make this happen. The details are, the events are taking place on the night of Friday, August 23rd, and all day Saturday, August 24th. There's going to be a Friday evening concert, and then bands through the day on the Saturday afternoon and evening. There will be a campground, temporary campground set up on site on the south end of the fairgrounds and the fields that you typically use for parking. There will be additional camping areas set up in the area in locations that we'll go into in more detail down the road. And we are going to be having events in the downtown core all weekend long, before and after the concerts, and in some cases during. Many of you probably know who Mumford and Sons are. For those of you who don't, they haven't been around that long. They've only been a band for about 5 years, but they've absolutely skyrocketed to fame, and it would not be a stretch to say that they may be one of the biggest and most popular groups in the world right now. They have an upbeat sound that features some old-time instruments, banjo and piano and such, and so they appeal to a really broad range of people, from teenagers to the old-timers who remember the folk music of the 60s and 50s and such. And what they talk about this event is, in their words, it's a traveling day-long event that celebrates the music, food, and people of the places that they're visiting. They say we will be bringing a full lineup of some of our favorite bands from around the world, selecting events that combine a music festival and a local gathering into one epic party. We bring in local food and vendors to help us celebrate your town and the people who live there. So, the theme of this really is community. These guys aren't coming in here to take over the town. They're here to bring people to the town and have you show them what Simcoe and Norfolk County is about, and bring your talents and what it makes this place special, and integrate it with what they're doing to make something that will be truly unforgettable for not just them and the fans that come here, but for you as well as the community here. They want to leave a lasting legacy of not just an event. They're going to put money into a project. We're still deciding what project it's going to be, and we want to support the fair in their efforts to continue to grow and be a special and vibrant part of the community. We estimate right now that there's going to be about 25,000 people attending. Could be more, but right now that's the number we're working with. That represents, for those of you who don't know, that's an average day at the fair. So it's not like you're going to have twice as many people as you would normally see coming into the community when the fair is actually on. So it shouldn't be a daunting number. The audience demographics, there was a study done. They've done it. They did 7 of these this past summer. Okay, they did 4 of them in the U.S. They did 1 in Ireland, 1 in England, and 1 in Australia. This would be the first one of its kind in Canada. At one of these events, they did a very in-depth study of who came, and how much money they spent, and what kind of impact it had on the community. And the results were quite staggering. There was over $4.2 million generated into the community, and that was on a 1-day event, not a 2-day event. 50% of the visitors stayed overnight. People attended from 44 U.S. states and 8 countries. It really can't underestimate the impact that this has on the local community. You know, this was a 3-month project that we've been living with and working with.
In the cone?
Everybody under the cone. You know, you see a lot of people walking around with straighter shoulders and unfurrowed brows and feeling relieved. And we're glad that we were able to do this. I mean, Simcoe and the fairgrounds immediately when we came here and looked at it, looked like a great choice. We evaluated several other sites around Ontario, but through the combination of what this community has to offer and the very special location that you have here, made it an instant fit for the band. Who, some of you know this, some of you don't. They were here not too long ago, and they came in and they met with your mayor and your city officials and with Karen, and we walked around. We showed them the town. We showed them the site, and the hospitality, the warmth, and the passion for the project that was shown to the band by your community representatives should make you all very proud. I think that you know, it's I won't say it's rare, but when you see people from disparate interests coming together, recognizing that something is going to be a boon for their community, and really putting that forward to visitors, it's a special thing, and it's been a great project for us to be involved with. Live Nation, we are basically the largest producer of large-scale concert events in the world. So we want to assure you that we're going to be working with all of your local officials on an ongoing basis to ensure that the safety and that all permits are applied for and every local regulation is adhered to, and that this is going to go off as much as we can without a hitch. So you know, your officials and I and my team are going to be working over the next 6 months to pull this off in a way that will make us all proud. The Greater Toronto Area and Southern Ontario in general is one of the largest markets per capita of supporters of this band in the world. We were the first places in the world to put the band on in a hockey arena. Up to that point, they've been playing in theaters and such, and you know, they would sell them out, but they'd never taken that step to become a major touring attraction in arenas. And they put their faith in us and in their fans of the region, and they responded by selling out both the Air Canada Centre and Copps Coliseum in Hamilton in a single day in 2011. So that gives you an idea of the depth of support and popularity for the artist in the market. You have a sort of a famous son from this city who is known and respected by musicians around the world, and that's Rick Danko from the band, whose musical legacy has lived on beyond him and beyond what many people here maybe thought it would. And he, when we mentioned to the band that this is where his hometown, they lit up immediately. And their response was instantly trying to think of a way to honor his musical legacy as part of this event. And you know, we'll be rolling out more information about that as it comes together. You know, I would also be remiss if I didn't mention specifically some of the things that the band was really attracted to with the area. And as you all know, the diversification of your agricultural industries is something that is going to be driving your economy forward and attracting tourists to the area. And the show that was put on by your various providers of fantastic craft beer and wine and food was really remarkable. The good people at Burning Kiln Winery and the Blue Elephant, the Fairly Fat Guys, they all contributed to help really deliver the message to the artist that the people who, when they come here, are going to be able to experience not just an event with music, but they're going to be enriched by the other things that this community and the area have to offer. And again, you should be really proud of them, and really happy that you have such great products so close at hand. For Burning Kiln Wineries, it was in my neighborhood. I think I'd be in We're going to hold a town hall for the larger citizenry at some point in the near future, so that individual people can address concerns or come to us with ideas or what have you. We want everybody to feel included in this process. You know, we know that some people will be nervous about what this is about, and we want to make sure that those people have a chance to be heard, and that we can try to do what we can to make them feel great about what this has to offer, and that it's going to be a fantastic event. So with that, I'll throw you back to Karen, and maybe she can give you a little perspective on what this means for the fair, and then Mayor Trevally can